Here's Rob White, who builds and designed the Topaz.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, Rick. So, well, Rob, what's so great about the Topaz?
Well, the biggest advantage is the material we use against everybody else. Because if you just hit something like a Pico or an RS product, just knock it like that, you end up with a dent there, or they call it a bruise. With this, you can nearly hit it with a hammer or a sledgehammer, and you hardly do anything. That's just the way we got it. We've got our plastic very thick on the outer skin, and then we use a high density foam sandwich in an inner skin, because everybody else uses a thin outer skin, a low density foam on the inside, thicker, and then a normal skin on the inside. So consequently you hit it, it just dents. Whereas all our products, and we'll give you a sample, you hit it with a hammer, it doesn't do anything.
Right. Yeah. So it's a three-layer construction, and it's rotor molded.
Rotor molded, which just means it sits. If you imagine that's the box, that's the boat.
Yep.
It goes into a box, and then it starts to spin like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, the material will just fall round and round. So what they do is they tip it to 45 degrees as it spins, and they come back, and it does that.
Okay.
So the material is going in a figure of 8 and evenly coats the whole of the boat inside and out.
Yeah.
But what we can do, we can actually stop our machine at any point and do a little rock to get a bit more powder where we might need the strength. And nobody else can do that.
Okay.
So from a maintenance standpoint, how durable are these boats and how easy are they to care for?
It was very important to us when we designed this boat that we made it as durable as we could. So we went for, instead of a single skin construction, we went for a tri-laminate construction. And what that means is there's a high density foam between the bodies in 2 layers. And the best way to demonstrate that would be to hand you this mallet and for you to hit the boat as hard as you can.
As hard as I can?
As hard as you can. Right, now if you have a look at that, that has withstood all that impact. There's no damage around that area. And it's because the high density foam has deflected the impact and it's returned back to its natural shape. And where it's hit by another boat, as long as it's hit by a blunt object, you cannot damage the boat. And that's the beauty of these for a sailing school or for a family. It means that the family can go out, peace of mind that they're safe. The boat will always float whether it's full of water or not. And it also means that there's very low maintenance. If you were to do that to a GRP boat, you would have a hole in the boat or a great lump of gel coat that needs repairing. With this, the family haven't got to worry.
We have one more hit. Yeah.
Out.
Nothing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's the beauty of the Topaz.
All right, Rob. So just tell us about the dagger board and how it works.
Dagger board. If you see here, there's a recess, and this is a replaceable part that screws into there, and this protects the back of the boat. So although I'm putting the board in upside down, you imagine that you go along with the boat hits the back of the, in case hits the back of the stop, you don't get any damage. So if you mess that up, you can just undo the screw and take it out and replace it. Peter, so this layer in here, I don't know, you can see this, very small bubbles.
Yes.
Very small bubbles. On the opposition's boats, they're large bubbles. So it means you can get your nail and you can just pick it out like that, but you can try and pick that out and it's solid. It's not as solid as this piece.
When it's cooled,
So it makes it very, very hard. So if you hit that outside, it won't compress. And that's what a lot of the bruising on the competitive boats.
And this is the tri-lam construction that we talk about.
So tri-lam is obviously first layer, second layer and the third layer.
So it's a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Rob. So tell me about the inserts and how you attach the shrouds on this boat.
Right, if you're going in with the Tres rig, or you've got the Uno rig up with the kite, if you have the kite, you need some preventers on. So we use these stainless steel bars, which are built into the boat as it's made. It's actually the very first component that goes into the tool. It's a bar approximately this sort of size, and that takes all the shroud load or your preventer load, whatever. And also it's quite handy because if you've got a big boat, you can use it as attachment points for a davit. You've got 3 points, so you can have a little strop made up here, here, and there, triangulate it, and there you have it to go on the back of a boat. It's really easy.
Alright, and so then when you go from the normal rig, just goes up in the mast gate here.
Yep, the normal rig goes in there, that's your mast gate. That's held in position with the 4 screws, as you see. Open it up, that just swings back, put your mast in, close the gate behind.
And that's it, that holds the whole mast up?
Yep, every boat comes with one of these in. Doesn't matter what mode you have. If you're going to go up to the Trez or the Duo rig, you end up with the cross beam that goes across here, and the sock covers this, so you leave it in. So if, for instance, I want to go out with one of my boys and I want to sail the Trez, I can do. We're out sailing the Trez, come in, one of the youngsters wants to go and sail by himself, maybe with a spinnaker or 2 or 3 people up, real basic mode. It takes about 5 minutes to take the whole rig down, lift the cross beam off, take the shrouds off, take the other mast and put it in, and you're ready to go again.
So the time from switching it from the Trez, which is ready for 2 people with a trapeze, spinnaker, jib and mainsail, to just turning it into a white sail boat for your 8-year-old to go sailing on their own, how long does it take?
5 to 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, the first time you do it obviously it takes longer.
Yeah.
But afterwards it's just, because you'd have your sail already on the mast, take one mast off, put the other one.
But reality is you've got one hull that's really 4 very different boats that can be used by you and your son for a sailing blast, or just a beginner to sail in, or even take the family out in it.
I'll tell you what, I'll buy one. You'll notice that all the inserts, you look up around there, they're all brass inserts. Now, they're all moulded into the boat, and we screw all the fittings using A4 stainless screws into those. The only exception for the whole boat is the rudder fitting at the back, because if you hit them at high loads you could stand a chance of pulling them out, and obviously a rudder fully down, hit the bottom, there's an awful lot of leverage, so we use 2 components, backing plate and the rudder fittings, all in stainless, and they actually sandwich the whole back of the boat like so, and that way it means you never ever lose your rudder fittings. And again, we're the only people to do that. Basically what you normally do for a system, you have to have 2 centreboard positions and 2 mast positions. So I said, well, that's crazy, we don't need that, we can have 1 centreboard position and 2 mast positions, and that gave us a balance. And because we had the Uno, then we had the Duo and the Trez, which are 3 different big rigs in the boat, that meant that you could take a whole family from a tiny tot up to mum and dad, all in the same boat, just changing the rigs around.
You can hit the boat. It just bounced.
Oh, hit the boat.
Go on, hit it.
Hit it?
Yeah.
Hard?
Yeah.
Really hard?
Yeah.
That was pretty
And
hard.
again, try it again.
You can do it harder, Bluff.
Really?
As hard as you can.
It's a Topaz.
Go on, go on.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
One more again.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Another
That's
thing.
what the boats do. There's no damage, it just absorbs the impact.